Hey guys, it's Pete Mundo of HeartlandCollegeSports.com. It's time for our 2-minute preview. We take a closer look at Baylor and Kansas. It's brought to you by BetNow.eu. Promo code Heartland for a 100% sign-up bonus. We're placing our bets there. Hope you will as well. This game, this spread is ridiculously low. Baylor opened up as a 9-point favorite. Everybody bet on Kansas. It's now down to like 7.5. I'm not buying the Jayhawks just yet, okay? I think last week was just as much about Rutgers being awful and quitting on Chris Ash as it had anything to do with Kansas really being that drastically improved. Don't forget, this team did lose to Nichols in week 1, an FCS program. Please don't forget that. Baylor waxed Kansas last year 38-9. And Baylor is better, deeper, and healthier than they were last season with a lot of the same players back. These two teams are very similar from what they were a year ago. I love Puka Williams, the Kansas running back, but does that mean they're going to close that gap by 20-some-odd points, especially when this game is in Waco this year? It was in Lawrence last year. I'm just not seeing it. I think Vegas and bettors have overreacted. Yes, Baylor had a really bad game last week against Duke, but they look good. The offense has looked good, especially in the first 2 games. I get it against lesser opponents, but I'm not sitting here and looking at this game and saying, wow, KU could win because of what they did to Rutgers last week. I'm just not doing it. So I think there's a lot of overreaction from people about what this Kansas team is. I do think that both teams are going to put up some points because Baylor's defense is not very good. But Baylor needs Matt Rule cannot lose to Kansas this week because then people are going to be really griping about him. You already had this Art Briles crowd that is still complaining about Matt Rule and how Art Briles got screwed and all this stuff. Matt Rule needs to just put a whooping on Kansas, shut those people up, keep this program moving in a good direction, get a win, move on. You got OU next week. Get ready for that. I'm not buying Kansas. I like Baylor by a final score of something around the line of 31-21 over the Jayhawks in Waco this weekend. Thanks, guys. Subscribe. We'll talk to you more on YouTube coming up.